The official release for Chapter 10 of Boruto Bluetooth Vortex is out, so I'm gonna give my tech talk on my interpretation of it, and then we will have a Q&A afterward. So save your questions for the end of the video. First and foremost, I'm loving this cover, and the fact that the title is called Colonel, especially with what they were talking about, fits perfectly. And the first thing that I want to mention is this panel right here, and because the fact that Shikamaru thought that he had been caught whenever Kawaki was like Lord 8, because he had already been talking to Kawaki, so it's not like it caught him by surprise that Kawaki was gonna say something to him. But I feel like, in my opinion, this panel right here, Shikamaru thought that Kawaki was picking up that he was talking to Boruto, especially because of the fact that he was telling him to forget about Boruto. Now let's switch over to this panel right here, because this is not a minor issue at all. This is possibly the worst situation for Boruto. Reason being that it doesn't matter exactly how much powerful than Kawaki he is. The only thing that Kawaki needs to do is activate his karma, which is going to resonate with Boruto, and then Boruto is not going to be able to continue fighting, quite literally rendering all of the training that Boruto did over the past couple of years meaningless, because Kawaki can completely annihilate him by just activating karma. So Boruto and Momoshiki need to go to counseling because he seriously needs to get over these issues. I entirely love how Kishimoto completely embraced this clueless personality for Hidari, because Jura is clearly the more advanced mentally wise, by Hidari asking like, why do they interfere with us, and Jura being just like, with that same tone that you're using on me right now, go and ask them. I'm gonna go take care of my business. And Hidari is genuinely questioning what business do they have with him, not realizing that he is the one that is being the intruder in this scenario, but to him, they are the ones interfering with him. So then Sarah shows up by herself. Oh wait, never mind, irrelevant character number 9 is also on the panel. I hadn't realized that in the past 3 times that I've read it. But we finally get an answer to the serious power scaling question that everyone has been having. And no, Sarada did not dodge it at point blank without seeing anything. They all noticed that Hidari was coming because of the claw marks. As a matter of fact, Sarada actually saw him come out of the claw marks. And it seems that either she activated it on the spot or she already had the Sharingan activated as soon as she saw Hidari coming out. So this does not make her massive FTL plus multiversal, or whatever weird power scaling terms you guys wanted to use. And this is the reason why I say people need to wait for the chapter release instead of just going off of one leaked panel. Her being able to counterattack also isn't that big a deal, because all she did to Hidari was a tiny little scratch. It wasn't like she actually took out a whole limb or anything. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes of the entire chapter, which is the interaction between Kurama and Himawari. As opposed to what some people were speculating, it is Kurama that actually came back. It's not a new beast that looks like Kurama. And here it is said something that we actually need to keep in mind. Him and Himawari are actually a single body and soul. This is not like the previous cases that we have seen before of Jinchuriki and Tail Beast, because Kurama himself said that he used to previously coexist inside her father Uzumaki Naruto. So in the case of Naruto and Kurama, they were coexisting 2 minds and 2 souls within one body. But with Himawari, that is not the case. They are a single body and soul. So we are about to see a whole new power level of the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Now we finally get some serious confirmation from Kishimoto that death is not eternal to the Biju. They will always come back no matter what. This completely debunking my theory that whenever somebody uses burial mode, it destroys the energy, but hey, I can admit I was wrong as opposed to other content creators. But we get a lot more of important information, like she has been born inheriting a sliver of his chakra, or maybe that was her destiny, because she is both Hyuga and Uzumaki. And this is what a lot of people don't seem to understand, that even though Boruto is also the son of Hinata and Naruto, Boruto did not have much affinity to the Hyuga clan. Himawari was able to awaken the Byakugan. And since the Byakugan derives from Hamura, who is part of Kaguya, it is possible that Himawari is way better fit to have Kurama within her. I also love the fact that Kishimoto stuck to this whole idea that Himawari doesn't really know how to do anything, because the entire time she spent it screaming for Kurama to do something, as opposed to just randomly knowing how to use the powers just because Kurama is inside of her. Going back to that part of my TikTok where I was saying that Himawari is probably more fit because she has Hyuga descendants awakened inside of her, it goes into saying that her chakra has a higher affinity to Kurama. And the fact that it's better than even Naruto's means that Himawari is going to surpass Naruto's level as far as a Jinchuriki for the Nine-Tails goes. Oh no, irrelevant character number 13 is getting isekai to another anime. Now listen here, those of you that are shipping this Himawari and inojin thing, y'all are weird as hell, okay? And let me tell you, when I said that I loved this form, I loved this form. Because there's a few things that we need to dissect about this panel. Number one, everyone keeps talking about the Kushina hair. That's not really important for me. Nice throwback to the grandma. Great. Nobody cares. But thing number one is that Himawari and Kurama are so linked up already that she is able to tap into the power and awaken it this way, which is essentially the exact same form as One-Tail Naruto. But the fact of the matter is, Himawari doesn't even need to awaken that One-Tail form. So her facial features are changing a little bit. She's getting the fangs, she's getting the marks, and then she's getting the black around the eyes. But she's not actually showing that entire One-Tail cloak of chakra like Naruto used to do. So in my opinion, it shows to an even higher degree how better Kurama and Himawari are syncing up. Imagine if she actually were to show the cloak of the One-Tail's chakra around her. She might even be way stronger than she is currently showing, or maybe because of their affinity being one body and soul, they don't even have to show that cloak of chakra. Overall, this was another W for Boruto readers, and the floor is open for questions right now. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, what you want me to address, any theories that you have that you think I'll be interested in.